Alright, chess fans, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got an absolute banger of a puzzle straight out of chess history. The game between Jonathan Speelman and the one and only Mikhail Tal, a casual blitz game played during the Taxco Interzonal in 1985. Tal, the magician from Riga, is playing black here, and it's his turn to move in this wild position. Let me set the scene for you. White's king is hanging out on g3 like it's on vacation, but it's exposed as heck. No pawn cover, knights and bishops scattered around, queen on d1, rooks on a1 and e1, and a couple of pawns trying to hold it together. Black's got the king safely tucked on g8, queen on d8, rooks on a8 and e8, a bishop chilling on c8, knights on c6 and g4, that g4 knight is eyeing some mischief, and pawns dotted around. Material-wise, White's up a bishop for a pawn, about 2 points ahead, but positionally? White's king is begging for trouble, and Tal smells blood. Now, as a good player, you're scanning for options. Maybe push that pawn from g7 to g5, attacking the bishop on h4? Nah, that's timid. Gives White time to breathe. How about the queen moving to d6 with check, or the queen moving to c7 with check, throwing the queen into check right away? Tempting, but those lead to positions where White holds an edge. The knight moving to f6, reinforcing? Nope, White comes out on top. But hold on, folks. Tal didn't become a legend by playing safe. The killer move, the one that screams genius sacrifice, is the rook moving to e3 with check. Boom! The rook on e8 dives straight down to e3, checking the king on g3 along the third rank. The path is clear, nothing in the way, and it's a horizontal stab right into White's gut. This isn't just a check. It's a full-on rook sack to blow open the position. Now, imagine you're White, a strong player like Speelman. Your heart skips a beat. The king's in check, and you've got options, but most are trash. You could run the king to f4, legal, but black follows up hard and you're toast quick. Or interpose on the checking line, which is e3 to g3 with f3 empty. Moves like the knight moving to f3 from d4 or d2, the bishop moving to f3 from e2, or even pushing the f2 pawn to f3 all block the check. But oh boy, they lead to disaster. Black just captures or piles on, and it's mate in 2 moves. No thanks, those are like walking into a buzzsaw. The sensible choice? Capture that hanging rook with the f-pawn taking on e3. It's free material, right? Clears the checker, gains a rook. What's not to love? A good player might snap it off, thinking they've neutralized the threat and kept their edge. But this is Tal we're talking about. This is exactly the trap. After the f-pawn takes on e3, black doesn't let up. The natural hammer is the queen moving to d6 with check. The queen moving to c7 with check works too, but the queen to d6 feels more direct and central. Good players love that control. The queen slides to d6, checking the king on g3 diagonally through open squares. White can't capture it, can't block it. King has to move. The king moving to h3? That's a blunder. Leads to mate in 1. No, the fighter's move is the king moving to f3. Scurrying left to f3, trying to dodge the heat. Black's not done chasing. Next up, the c6 knight moving to e5 with check. The c6 knight leaps to e5, forking into the action and checking the king again. Brutal knight check. White's king is getting bounced around like a pinball. White, still trying to survive, moves the king to f4. Or back to g3, but that's similar pain. The king steps up to f4, hoping for a breather. Black responds with the knight moving to g6 with check. That same knight, now from e5, jumps to g6, check again. The knights are dancing, folks. Tal's pieces are coordinating like a symphony. White's forced to move the king to f3. Backpedaling to f3. No other choices here? The king's cornered. And now, the grand finale. The knight captures the bishop on h4 with checkmate. The g6 knight captures the bishop on h4, delivering check, and it's mate. The king on f3 is attacked by the knight. Nowhere safe to go, no captures possible without self-destruction, and black's pieces cover everything. Checkmate! What a sequence! From the rook to e3 with check to the final knight captures bishop on h4 with checkmate, that's a forced mate in 5 moves. Tal sacrifices the rook to decoy the f-pawn, opens the diagonal for the queen, then unleashes the knights to hunt the king down. It's entertaining, it's aggressive, it's pure Tal magic. If White deviates early, like not capturing the rook, black just mates faster. No side roads worth exploring here, the main line is the fireworks show. There you have it, folks, chess at its most thrilling. If you love this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more puzzles and analysis, and drop in the comments, would you have found the rook to e3 with check? Good luck solving your next one, and I'll see you in the next video.